Hey, good morning, guys, or good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is. Today is a beautiful day. The temperature, shit, it is cold. You notice that, but you gotta keep the heater on. Okay. It is cold, but it's a beautiful day. The sun is out. Got lots of work to do. Sorry about the mess in the back of the car. I have a lot to do today. Gotta go to my first job and do the order for the store. After that, I gotta go to a house, do a yard, fix a window, and then go to another house and do winterization and initial secure. Hopefully the house is vacant. Oh man. Anyway, why you're not losing weight on keto, number 4. So this is number 4. If you haven't watched the previous one of why you're not losing weight on keto, watch the previous ones. I wanted to make them as short as possible, but it's just it's hard. It's hard to get the point out there without giving much explanation why you're not losing weight because of a particular thing. And I feel I should spend more time on them. But anyway, number 4 is gut health, digestion. Digestion in general, and how can you improve I'm sorry, I don't know, I can't pronounce the word digestion correctly. Anyway, getting back to the subject, how can you improve your digestion? You need to focus on your gut health. And what do I mean by focusing on your gut health? I mean taking care, eating foods that are good for your gut bacteria, your gut microbiome, and and you can do more research about the microbiome. I know a lot about it. I might not get the importance of it as much as maybe somebody expert into it. But in brief, we as humans, 90% of our cells are bacteria cells, are microbes, and they are all over the place in our skin, and the biggest impact of the microbes are in our gut, in intestines, in our stomach, and all that kind of stuff. And just imagine that we are more microbes in terms of cells than actually human, and most of us, regardless where we come from, we have been exposed to antibiotics. Antibiotics are the worst thing for the gut health. I know at some point, you gotta have them, but in the past, and still until today, you get sick, they prescribe, antibiotics to you like very quickly. You don't have to have a certain criteria on how you get prescribed antibiotics. So try to avoid antibiotics at all costs. But I'm not a fucking doctor. If you think you should have antibiotics, you got to have them. There was times where, my youngest daughter, we did not want to give her any antibiotics, but I remember she was sick for like more than a week, and I know how bad the antibiotics, but had to be okay with it, because sometimes you gotta have it. But anyway, so most of us have this issue. Our gut microbes are not functioning well. We either been exposed to antibiotics, and antibiotics, why are they bad for the gut bacteria? Because whenever they go into your body, they don't distinguish between the good and the bad. They fucking wipe it all out. Maybe not entirely, but they wipe it all out. And sometimes the good bacteria does not populate as good as it was. And good bacteria will help you digest food. And there's also studies, I don't remember exactly how the study it was, but basically what they did, they took some microbes from obese mice, and they planted them into a regular mice. They're not obese, and them regular mice have got obese over a period of time. And they did the opposite, where they took microbes from skinnier or not obese mice or rats. I don't remember exactly the study. It's all over the internet. You can research it. And they planted them into obese mice, and the obese mice have actually lost weight, and they did not become obese anymore. So in the future, what's gonna happen is, I'm sure they're gonna reach it out where you can get microbes from a healthy fellow human that is in shape or something like that, and they plant them in somebody who is obese, and I think their level of health with more of a dietary change will actually make them lose weight and become fitter. I'm not sure how long that's gonna take. It's already happening. If you haven't noticed, if you do your research, there is actually fecal transplants. As disgusting as this sounds, and it heals so many gut related issues, diseases, and it's crazy. You take human fecal and you plant it into another human, and they get healed because they get the bacteria, the diversified bacteria, into the other person. But anyway, let me get to the subject. How can you make your gut health better functioning? A lot of research out there, they say, that gut bacteria, they love fiber, they love certain type of vegetables, and you can introduce a lot of the ketogenic approved vegetables to feed your gut microbes. Whenever I wanted to work on my gut microbes, you don't have to do it exactly like me, but I'm gonna tell you my experience, and you can do more research about it and see what you can do. Okay, and what I did is I bought some probiotics. Okay, and not all probiotics are the same. I took some, they kind of hurt my stomach, some they did nothing, and some I felt that they helped me. You really can't tell exactly, but some people they can tell. And also the timing of taking the probiotics. I figured out whenever I take probiotics on an empty stomach, I don't have any issues, but if I eat and take probiotics, I will have some bloating issues. Anyway, so you start taking probiotics like once a day or something like that, and also you need to take prebiotics in terms of food. You know, a lot of people talk about, you know, yogurt, you know, it got probiotics and prebiotics, and kimchi, sauerkraut. For me, I don't like the fucking kimchi, and I don't like the fucking sauerkraut. Doesn't mean I do not have to consume anything else. But onions is good for your gut bacteria. Garlic is good for your gut bacteria. So I love onions. I love garlic. So I introduce those into my ketogenic diet. And if you like artichoke hearts, you can eat that. If you like asparagus, you can eat that. So basically, consume and do more research. What are vegetables that are good for your gut bacteria? But I figured out that onions and garlic and yogurt are one of the best prebiotics out there. And prebiotics are basically food for your gut bacteria. And they're good for you anyway, not just for your gut bacteria. So that would improve your digestion. And you don't have to eat onions every day, and you don't have to consume probiotics every day. I don't consume probiotics every day. Now, if I consume probiotics, I kind of have some issues, gut issues. I think my gut microbiome now is diversified really well, and whenever I take extra probiotics, it kind of messes up with the bacteria colonies in my gut, and I get some bloating issues. So, but I feed my microbes. So I focused on that for almost a month, eating more vegetables, and after a while, you don't even need that much vegetables. You just want to get them populated. And I'm mainly saying this from my opinion. Some of it, I got it from the internet, but the protocol that I did, it's my own. It's not a doctor told me to do that, or a scientist, or anything like that. But you can do your own version. I believe in self-experimentation. Just don't do something that would fuck up your health. Pay attention to the symptoms you get. So you do that, and that would, in return, would improve your digestion. Whenever you eat something, you digest it better, you eliminate food better, and you feel better. See, whenever your gut health is not optimal, if you have shoved in your body bad foods for a very long time, you're kind of compromise your gut health, and you do not digest things as well. And whenever you don't digest stuff as well, you do not absorb as much nutrients as you can get from the foods that you eat. And this is what I think it might be one of the reasons why a lot of people overeat, because the food that they eat, their body's not absorbing the nutrients that they actually eating. Let's say you eat all the nutrients and all the minerals, you consume all the minerals and vitamins and everything else with the food that you eat, and your body digestion process is compromised. You're not going to absorb the stuff that you have consumed. Therefore, you still stay hungry. Your leptin and ghrelin and whatever the fuck other hormones, they would be, still working, still signaling, hey, we're still hungry because we didn't get them nutrients. And you send in more food, and and your body still can't extract what it needs to function properly. Therefore, you overeat food. after I worked on my gut health, I started to get more satisfaction from the meals that I eat. I eat breakfast. I feel good. I feel my digestion as well, and I do not have like strong hunger 30 minutes later or something like that. That tells me that things are getting aligned. Things are getting better. I know a lot of people out there, they say, the macros: eat more protein, eat less fat, eat more fat, eat this carb, don't eat that carb. And if your body is not digesting, whatever macro you give it, either fat or protein or anything, if you're not digesting it well, then it don't fucking matter. It doesn't matter how many grams of protein you consume if your body's not able to digest most of it. A lot of people say, oh yeah, you need to eat more protein. Hey, if you're not digesting the protein that you are already consuming properly, your body's not utilizing it properly, what's the fucking point of eating more? So you work on your gut health first, and then you think about if you need more or you eat less, or you need less. And that in return will give you more control over what you eat. You will enjoy the good foods, the nutrient dense food even more, because you can extract more out of what you eat. So just get you some probiotics, eat more vegetables. If you Google the best vegetables for the microbiome or the gut bacteria, you would get a list of a lot of stuff. One of them is garlic and onions and sauerkrauts, kimchi, artichoke hearts, olives, a lot of stuff. And a lot of it is keto, so you don't have to go eat something that is not keto, okay? You can stay with the keto and actually you stay with keto and take care of your gut health. So this is it for the gut health. Stay tuned in. I will bring in another video why you're not losing weight on keto. And please subscribe to this channel and like the video if you think there's anything of value. Share it with another person if you think they need to know more about gut health and the importance of gut health. And see you next time, guys. Have a great day.